Welcome back to Training Your Virtual Pet with me, your host, Mr. Baumgarten. In our last video, we had our touchscreen working to detect presses in the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right corners, and we were increasing counters and drawing rectangles in each square appropriately. Today, we are going to learn how to draw pictures onto the screen. You've been creating some artistic creations, your own sprites for your virtual pet. Let's get some of these things appearing on screen. So I'm going to go back to my file and folder structure, and you will recall I said that you should have a dedicated folder for this project because you're going to have a lot of files that you're going to have to be working with. So I've got here my demo folder, and I'm just going to copy in some of one of my pictures from before that I created earlier. So if I copy this into my demo folder, I have a Mario thumbs up PNG, which if I open up, you can see looks like that. I'm going to make this appear on the screen. Now there's a piece of code that we need. These devices are not capable of being able to show a PNG. So we need to convert it into a special type of image that is designed for these devices first. Now there's some code that will do this for us and automate the process. I'm not going to make you type that code. I'm going to give that code to you on the web page. So if you go to the web page, there will be for this video, so this is video number 7, right? I will have here this Python code that you will then be able to just copy and paste. Alright, so if I was to just open this up into a text editor for an instance, and I go through the process, alright, so from the web page, you copy and paste this code. So copy, and then in your Thonny, right, leave this on your device unchanged for now. Open up a new file and paste in this piece of code that you created, or I created, and you've copied and pasted off my website. Right? Save this on your computer, not on your device. You save it to your computer into your folder. So you can see here this is demo, and I can just call this image convert.py. Save that, and you can see here I now have this image convert file sitting here on my computer. What this code will do is it will look inside this folder, and any PNG that exists, PNGs or JPEGs, it'll automatically make a .raw image file, which is the type of file that needs to be on the device. So if I click, before I can click run though, it will get errors, no module name pill and things like that. I need to come back to this bottom right hand corner that we used right at this very start. You can see here that this is running the MicroPython on my ESP32 device. I click this and say, actually I want to run Python on local. I want to run the version of Python that is sitting on my laptop. That's the Python that I want to run. Now if I click the run button, it works, and any image that is in that folder, it has converted. So you can see here converting Mario thumbs PNG, it found and it saved Mario thumbs.raw. And if I now look inside my folder, where did my folder go? Here it is here. Right, I have a Mario thumbs PNG and I've got a Mario thumbs raw. Now I don't think my computer knows how to look at the raw files, but my ESP32 does. Alright, so what I need to do now is copy it across to my ESP32, and then I can get my code to start using it. So to do that, I come back to the bottom right hand corner and say time to go back to the ESP32, and I can get the list of it here. Right, I select my Mario thumbs.raw, right click, upload to the device in the same way that we uploaded all of our other code earlier on. And what I'm going to do now is instead of having my red rectangles, I'm going to have Mario on the top left, bottom right, bottom left corner of the screen based upon where I touched. And so I'm going to, let's close out of that. I don't need that anymore. Come back to my main, and I'm going to replace these rectangle functions with my Marios. All right. Now, instead of having all three of these rectangles, instead of drawing three black rectangles every time, what I can also do is, let's just clear the display with the color black. All right, and so that's just going to make the entire thing black, and then then I would actually only need that red rectangle. But yeah, I was going through the purpose of wanting you to learn the coordinate system and the utility of functions and everything else. So, but anyway, so yes, we could have just done display clear from the very beginning. Shh, don't tell anyone. All right. Now, instead of this color's red, I want to draw Mario at that location. And you will recall that on my webpage that I sent you to when I had you drawing shapes, all right, I had references to all these commands. There's also a command here for draw image, and it looks like that. All right, and then I've got an example down here. So I'm just going to copy this, all right, and bring it in, paste it into my code as a comment. So I've got it there as a reference to remind myself what I need to create. So I'm going to get rid of my red rectangle and say, well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to comment, All right, so top left, this is just coordinate 0, 0. I was thinking I might keep it commented out just so I can remember the coordinates, but I can remember the number 0, 0. So, display, draw the image. What is the file name? Okay, so this is a piece of text, so it goes inside a set of quotes, and you have to spell this absolutely perfectly correctly. All right, uppercase and lowercase as well. Mario hyphen thumbs dot raw, close the quote, and then I need the X and the Y coordinate for the top left corner of where I want this to appear, which is going to be 0, 0, and then the width and the height of the image. And my image is 180 pixels by 180 pixels. So if I close that and save and run, all right, my other coordinate locations are still red rectangles, but my top left draws a Mario and then has the number 1 appear over it. Now let's quickly do this for the other ones as well. All right, so oops. So I'm just going to copy this in to all 4. All my functions going away. And let's copy and paste in my draw the Mario, and now I just need to update my coordinates for each one. So this is bottom left. Now I'm going to deliberately put in a bug and see if you can catch it. So left is 0, the bottom half of the screen, so that should be 120. Top right, so let's draw this 160 across, and then my bottom right will be 160 across and 120 down. This would work except for an issue. Have you spotted the issue yet? Alright, let's run this code. Alright, top left, I get a Mario. What about top right? Okay, I don't have a Mario, and I've got a message, X coordinate 339 above maximum 319. Alright, and the problem is, and I'll get the same problem with these other ones. Right, the numbers increment, but I'm not getting my Mario because my Mario is 180 pixels by 180 pixels, and that doesn't fit. All right, so I actually need to adjust my drawing coordinates so that it's going to fit, or I make up a smaller version of the PNG. So what I want to do, rather than me mentally calculating it, let's let Python work it out. To do it on the right, I know that I can go up to 319, and then I'll just that's bottom left. Top right is the one I'm talking about. Okay, so I know I can go, my X goes up to 319, and then come back from that right edge, move to the left by 180. Right, so I can let Python do this math for me. 319 minus 180. That way I know that this will fit. Right, same way here from the bottom of the screen. All right, which was it's 240s or 239. Come up 180 from that one. All right, and then what was the last one that I needed to fix up? Yeah, bottom left. So left is 0. The bottom again 239. Come up 180. I could do the math, or I can let Python figure it out for me. Stop, save, run. I get a Mario there. I get a Mario there. So Mario moves around based upon where I have clicked. Alright, I don't need to use the same image for each one. As many different images as you want to convert and upload, you can. So I can have a different picture for all 4 sides, provided I've converted them to RAW. And you just need to make sure that you are taking into account the size of the image. Alright, it won't draw if you try to draw past the edge of the image. So I hope that is fun. Get some different images being displayed on your screen. One final skill to introduce you to, and then we're going to start actually making our project. Woohoo! Mr. Baumgarten signing out.